bit, couldn't you?
Oh, it's videoing now.
It's just the absolute.
Fabulous. Cheers.
Can you use your wallet? So it's mainly on Alex now.
Nice in here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nice all there. This was our favourite bit.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
In your neck.
I could hold it and move it around, couldn't
You
I?
noticed that?
Yes. I can't find the Barnsley football ground now. Could you direct me?
Queen's ground.
too early.
Huh?
Before the club.
Where did it used to be then? I mean, where was it? It won't be far from the station, will it? I would imagine the station's in the same place.
Yeah.
Right.
So the station's
I
there.
like it. It's a great ceiling.
I'd love something like that.
Come across.
I love it.
The recreation ground. See this gradient, this really high gradient there? That's
Is dancing on it?
No.
that when it gets up to the 350 gradient, that's see that road there. You know that you've got the gradient
Got
there
for a
that
red
says
brick
350.
road and Popmore.
Okay, see where it says 350? Work back to that road. There's a little grey shape there. That's us. That's our house. Is that what cottages?
They were, yeah,
So where it says 350
Old Mill,
there,
so
before they knocked down the cottages and built the house.
Yeah? Before the
Your hedge is missing you, Graham. Your hedge is
Should I come out and do it?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, it needs your attentions, yeah. It's desperate for a good trim and it needs defungling before winter sets in.
But we had a lovely trip to London last weekend, it was great.
To London last week.
Just went down.
What?
Went
Just
down.
further on?
Now look,
Why didn't you take me?
we've got a trailer tent. So it's tends to be a little bit limited in the old accommodation space. Otherwise, that. We went down to take pictures of the trailer tent because we're going to sell it. And also to try out a new campsite.
So we took the trailer tent down,
Yeah.
set it up, so that we could take the
Oh, so you
pictures.
went for a weekend camping?
No, we didn't really go for a weekend, we went Saturday morning.
Yeah. Same
Set
with
it up Saturday afternoon, took the pictures, had dinner with them, yeah, in Eltham. We're staying at Abbey Wood, so it's just one train from Abbey Wood to Eltham. 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 So we got the train to Eltham, and we went to the Rusty Bucket and had a beer, and then we had something to eat, and then we got the train back to the and then the next morning we got up, packed it all up, made sure.
So that night you slept in the...
Yeah, we slept in tent that night, yeah.
Because
And then came back on Sunday morning.
the thing is, the campsite that we used to do in London, at Crystal Palace,
Shut down?
they've been shutting it down for years, and eventually they're going to shut it down. But it's not in the right bit of London. It's nowhere near Alex.
No.
And connection to a port. But this Abbey Wood was lovely. Better sight. I don't know if it's your thing, is it camping?
We've done enough of
We've done
it.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Glastonbury,
Brilliant.
Wilmad,
We're still
Greenbelt.
I didn't know if you were.
I've sometimes taken. I've tried to do my glamping. Well, not really glamping. And one time I took a lilo and a camp bed
Yeah.
and pillows, and then tent, obviously. And the other extreme is when I went to really unwise. I was probably in my 20s. I went to Switzerland, and I was working at Bassett's, and they used to wrap pallets with big plastic bags.
Oh yeah.
So, because I was doing my hairdressing training, so I hadn't got to go back to college until, the autumn sort of thing. And I wanted to go to, I ended up in Switzerland. So I bought I didn't buy it. They gave me one of these big plastic bags, so I thought I'll just shove everything in a big plastic bag with my rucksack and everything and a sleeping bag, and I slept in it outside because I was mad about saving money abroad. But what's the consequence, do you think, anybody, of sleeping in a big, well, it's basically like a big crisp bag?
Condensation,
See,
I would think.
exactly, yeah. So in the morning there was a pool at the bottom of the tent. Not because, I managed to get to the toilet, but it was perspiration, to be
That's right.
delicate.
Yeah.
So I did that once then.
In your breath, yeah. Well, we've done similar things where we had to buy an inflatable mattress because what we took with us was so uncomfortable after one night. We had to find a place in Germany to buy something else, whatever it was we had to do.
These are the best pork scratchies I've ever tried.
I think that.
I might have to take. I might have to take.
The ones in the black packet.
I might have to take some home with me.
They're not salty enough and they're not soft enough.
Well, let me help you. Put your pork scratchings in there with a bit of residue salt and shake them about a bit.
Yeah, that's a solution, Kelly.
I'm doing it.
Anyway, it's easy to get to on public transport, Graham. It's about how many minutes from the train station at Abbeywood train station.
Is that a bit better?
Walk.
7 minute fast
But we
walk.
wanted to try it. My brother's been loads of time.
7 minute fast walk, 12 minutes slow
Where is
walk.
it again?
Abbeywood.
Where's it? Where?
Woolwich.
Oh, Woolwich.
Yeah.
And there's a little village, there's a pub. When you say a village, it's an urban village, it's, but there's shops, there's a convenience store, so you could easily be at the site, and if you didn't want to turn the car out, you could easily buy either a pint of milk or you could get something more. And you can get both from Abbeywood, because the train's direct to London Bridge,
Yeah.
or to basically Eltham and Blackheath and where else?
Greenwich.
Yeah.
Did you make them a bit saltier then?
Did it, good, thank you.
Seriously?
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah,
Okay.
I did actually, yeah.
Good.
It worked.
Yeah, well, see, I think a bit out of the triangle sometimes.
Out of the giant crisp packet.
I do. But what I find sometimes is if I have a crazy idea, I'll mention it to somebody who's got a more sensible head, and it helps it, because I don't mind having a mad idea and people thinking, oh, he's a fool, whatever. If it sets off somebody thinking sensibly. And what I thought about recently, and it might be a totally mad thought, soft cars. I thought when you're getting about 80 odd or something like that, and your doctor sometimes says, well, Mr. Clough, I can't drive anyway, but hoping to learn soon. I'm 65 now. Anyway, Mr. Clough, you're getting a bit confused now, you're 90 or whatever. So, as long as you're willing to just drive locally, I'm going to sign you on as being able to have a soft car. And you'd have drive a spongy car round, and and on the understanding that
I'm going to 30 mile an hour and only do local.
yeah, that kind of thing. And then if somebody actually, oh, I'm sorry about that, and some of which can crashing into
10
things.
mile, 10 mile an hour creep.
Yeah, but because I tell you what, I think sometimes those things on the pavement, they're dangerous sometimes.
They are. They're too fast as well.
Not the things necessarily, if they're driven too fast, and also because they've got small wheels, if they get too near the edge of the thing, I reckon somebody could topple over. And those new, it's like power scooters, people zip along with those.
They've had to do a test trialling them in Coventry, and they had to scrap the trial after
That's
2 days.
That's the way to do it.
People were riding them through shopping centres and everywhere in Coventry. So we'll test them, but they've had to pull the test because people wouldn't do. they wouldn't behave. People who got these electric scooters were riding in places that they'd not to ride them.
So they've just allowed them from anywhere in Coventry or something like that?
There were two places, like Coventry and Birmingham, that they were doing a pilot to see what happens. Because you don't always know what people will do. You don't always know. And so the pilot did it, and I have to say, in Coventry, that to abandon the pilot because people hiring them and riding them totally inappropriate places. We were told, no, now you're hiring this, you're going to sign, you're not going to do this. Yeah, we'll sign. And did whatever they wanted. So unfortunately, Coventry is not going to have any electric scooters.
Well, I got off the tram once at, it's not the most exciting of tales. I better fill about the details more. Sometimes if you're getting off the tram in Sheffield, you get zombies. They're not real zombies, but they don't actually look at the people getting off. They just walk forward, sort of thing. And so I had to get off the tram and skirt around the zombies. They're not real zombies. Don't be too scared. And basically, I was on the pavement, and then there's this bloke riding his bike quite fast, and I'm not watching where I'm going. He says, "Mind where you're going." I'm walking on the pavement, he's going fast cycling
on the pavement,
and he's telling me to watch where I'm going because I'm trying to curve around the people who aren't watching getting on the tram. And I just thought I was cheeky, you know.
If you get to Sheffield Station, it's a nightmare, because when you're waiting for a tram at Sheffield Station in the morning, the amount of cyclists that absolutely fly past, you're like, this is not a cycle path.
No, bloody nuisance, aren't they?
It's not a cycle path, but it's not a cycle path.
So which bit, where they're going, Carolyn?
They're going through, as you get to Sheffield Station, you can come off Granville Road.
Yeah.
You're coming down Granville Road, there's a path that you can walk along that's basically the tram platform.
Yeah.
They get on there and they belt through, because then they go past Park Hill Flats to where roundabout is and Bridges, and then they head off to Bridges. But they're going at such a lift.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, whoa! And they're showing at you to go out to where you're like, it's not a cycle path.
Yeah. No, it's
Pedestrian
cheeky.
area, yeah.
Well, I was crossing the road this morning, and I knew there weren't any cars coming. I saw there was a cyclist coming, sort of thing. So, because there weren't any cars coming for about 500 yards or something, I saw this cyclist in the cycle path, sort of thing. So, because I'm crossing the road at an angle, I just waved him on, so I won't cross this particular bit of road. You're saying. But he stopped at the lights, and I think he was a bit affronted that I was, as a pedestrian, using my freedom on the road, sort of thing, and just allowing him to use his. And, I got the impression he was taking a bit of umbrage, but I'm not really bothered.
You're all right when you feel that. In actual fact, look, don't get your hair up for me, because it's not me that's in wrong there. So then you don't have to feel, you don't have to feel affronted when people are shouting at you. You're like, chill out, man.
And I think, go on, sorry.
No, just to say how hungry everybody is, because that amount of food that you brought, you've got.
No, you've not met Elton. I put the potatoes in. I put the potatoes in, and there's a massive dish of cauliflower cheese, a la Carolyn, not a la Graz. You didn't fetch your stuff to do cheese off. I thought we were going to have a cauliflower cheese.
There's no point, there's not a one.
Yeah, he didn't want to hurt your feelings, but that's very considerate then, thank you.
Why don't you make him like the judge in MasterChef, right? And said, well, Carolyn, I think it's very, very good this, but I would have just had this final thing, and then in your graciousness, well, in that case,
on top, that's what you need, isn't
Oh,
it,
shut
Carolyn?
up
We were
about
talking about
goat
goat
cheese.
cheese.
Well,
I hate goat cheese.
Well,
It smells like goat.
I like goat cheese.
It smells
There
like
you go, you
goat.
see.
well,
I'm
at
not
the very
saying-
least, he could have a tiny bit on his, couldn't he, if he wished?
It can't be called cauliflower cheese if it's got no cauliflower in it and it's all broccoli anyway. It's broccoli cheese.
Elton,
Mine
you
is
like
broccoli
goat cheese?
cheese.
Yours is broccoli cheese then, but I'm very happy
I
with
think
broccoli
if I'm-
cheese, and I think that's great.
I-
like cauliflower
I don't
cheese,
know,
but
really.
I'm not like
I don't-
mad about it.
But the
I probably
extra
would.
slices
bit
of cheddar,
sharp.
I break
Yeah.
them up and put
I
them
like
in
to mix
sauce.
cheeses up.
Yeah, I put extra
And then I
sugar
put a
in.
Because I
little
thought
bit
the other
of
day
mustard on it.
of making,
And some
what do you call it?
And it's
you know, like quite a bland cheese like Philadelphia, and then putting a very strong cheese with it and mixing it together.
Mustard is like liquid.
But I'm a bit of a rebel.
It's gross.
In a what do you call it, illegal way sort of thing, you know.
And chives.
I made
and celery salt.
I bought some raisins the other day.
Pine nuts into mine.
And
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I got this idea. I bought a bottle of rum.
Like to do, you know,
and some posh raisins. One of my friends of the shop went to get the raisins, and you can get posh raisins of 3 different colours, and they're not all shriveled up. You know, you get brown, red, and yellow.
I like thingy as well. I like
and basically I got some rum and some vanilla ice cream.
Earlier on,
put the
chop it up and put that in, and then
the raisins in the rum, and then just added the ice cream in. Just before I ate it,
My favourite is broccoli.
and it's like rum and raisin ice cream.
Yeah, he's not. He don't like broccoli, so.
Well, I was happy with it.
I like broccoli cheese as well. Do you?
Yeah,
I like my favourite is cauliflower and broccoli together.
Yeah, well, I've done that as well.
I like
That's
that.
good.
I'm very spoiled though, actually, with Carol. You know, I'm not expected to either cook or
What are you doing now? You having another one?
I'm sure you'll have another one, won't you?
I will.
What do you want, Mark?
Now, you know what we're going to do?
Can do. It's up to you.
I've got enough of this thing.
Are you alright? Are you alright? Are you sure?
Well, I can contribute.
Will be Stauropramen, please.
Same again. Yeah.
Stauropramen. Been to Prague once.
I might get a couple of bags of them to take home with me now.
What, were your pork pies and your 2 black bread cakes?
Oh, you got your pork
Oh,
pies?
my bread cakes will be gone by now.
Oh, well, you'll have to leave them for Alex. Actually, what I'll...
Well, actually, they make a good sandwich for him on the train tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll make my ham sandwich for train.
Yeah, you need him on the day, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, although they were nice this morning with bacon and egg on.
Although, yeah, okay.
So,
Why have you got that thing stuck round your ears?
Oh, it's me.
Like a blue beard.
It's me.
2 sour ramen,
Lager and lime.
lager lime. Elton alright?
Can you get
Or you could get some nuts.
Yeah, but you're going to eat soon.
Well, I know, but you'll need if you're going to open your scratchings at the table, you might need some more salt
I'm
in
just getting
them.
a couple of bags to take with me later.
Are they salty enough for you?
For me, they are.
You can always add more salt.
I'll have a bag of nuts, please, and I might take some home with
Not
me.
wasting out Carolyn's food.
No.
It'll be fine. It'll be an hour when we get in anyway, because I've only just put potatoes on low, so when we get in, I'll turn it up and it'll be an hour, so it'll
Are
go
you okay to sit in
appetite.
guard a little while?
Yeah, sitting for half an
Lovely
hour.
that.
It'll probably be about 45 minutes when we
Yeah,
get in.
too.
So. I've done you some Hasselback's grazzles.
Oh, sausage and bacon.
No, they're pigs in blankets.
What are they?
Hasselbacks are potatoes. You get little new potatoes and you put loads of little slices in them.
Oh, yeah.
So that when they cook, they open up like a
Like a
jolly.
flower.
Little Hasselbacks for you. This is very fancy. What's this?
I got it for Christmas.
Where from?
Alex,
Very nice. What is it?
to watch.
What kind of one? You know, very nice.
This is
Virtually
without
that
drinking
one.
any
Does it
alcohol.
spin?
No,
Which is
I don't see the point of it. But I wore it anyway.
Divers
Quite nice
allows you
looking.
to set the time.
This is very nice looking. I got that for Rob for his Christmas.
That's a posh one.
It's called what's it called? It's a cantina, and because it opens to get to it, because it's an automatic. You know what ding 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 on back. Do you know what an automatic's like on back? So it's an automatic, but to get into workings, to change time, so it doesn't have a battery or anything. It
Wow.
works from motion.
Quite a few watches have got those glass backs.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't
You
it?
can actually see it. I like the idea that
You see it moving.
It works.
You see all. Here, have a look.
it
You
needs
see all
me to
workings.
work.
He creates the electric.
oh right. Oh,
Needs
so,
me.
so you don't have to wind it up then.
That's
Don't
right.
worry.
Yeah. The
Wow.
batteries.
But the accuracy is affected by the
don't wear
heat
it-
Oh, yeah.
my hands, and it's almost like a symbiotic relationship. If I don't wear it,
It don't work.
it will die. It stops. And it actually, you know, when I take it off, it will change its accuracy because It's not got the heat in my hand. It's a bit of a romantic idea, I suppose, but
Yeah.
But
I
they
am
call-
that kind of person.
But they call it a cantina because to get to adjust it, you have to screw the head off that and take it off. It's like a cantina, like a.
You know, like a
Just
Western
Oh, I see.
canteen.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's water resistant as they are.
Yeah.
So I managed to, very embarrassingly, I had a reasonable watch. No, not a very posh
yeah,
one, but a reasonable watch. And
I think you just need
I
to
don't know
cool
what
down the
happened,
gold.
whether the pin came out and it dropped off. I lost it.
And no idea what.
No, I'm not taking it off to do a job and then put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Great.
It just, I just couldn't find it. So,
Yeah.
You haven't got loads of them.
anyway, so it's very nice. What was unusual is this was bought for me, but it's exactly what I would have bought. And because often somebody buys you something, you know what I mean? You think,
Yeah.
you got one in green, I would have had one in blue.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I would have bought.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Some,
Oh, that sounds great.
I'm very
sort to neutralise the gold, but a cool colour.
I think we need a
People
toast.
said they really like
We're
it,
going
this
to have a
colour.
toast penalty.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it's a bit gold, but a couple of people said they really like
Cool
it.
it down.
I think it's a bit gold. A bit golden blonde.
Right.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
proposing a toast anyway. We're all especially our people
Okay, then.
of your mother. So we're going to have a toast to Carolyn.
Oh,
Carolyn,
Ta, boys.
cheers. There we go. Cheers, Jack. I can't reach out anymore. Never mind.
Have I done everyone? Cheers.
Unless you're going to be cooking for us and your orders about Carolyn and
I
you make
do,
sure we
I'm-
all do the
I'm
right thing.
disgustingly bossy. I am very bossy.
Disgustingly bossy.
I don't know about disgusting. Well, I wouldn't have mixed it.
Appropriately
Well, sometimes.
indicative.
Yeah, clear.
I'd like to say,
Clear.
I'd like to say that I guide with some force.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to sometimes, because it's like a fireman, isn't it, sort of thing, or a firewoman.
That's a good point. That's a good
Sometimes you have to, say, "I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen." Well, what happened in my shop one time, here by Christmas, I don't know whether you were there at that time, but basically the printer came from upstairs saying his workshop where he did his printing, it caught fire. He just managed to get out. I'm doing the lady's hair downstairs. So basically what happens is he comes down and he says, "Can I use your phone because my place is upstairs has caught fire." Right, so he rang the fire brigade, and then I'm doing this lady's hair and there's no sign at all. It's just like here, basically, if there was a fire coming here. And I think, hang on a minute, maybe it might be wise if we go out. And it was a nice sunny day, and I ended up doing the lady's hair outside, and then they rang me from the Jessop's
Got a
hospital.
raging fire,
Well, it just
You don't know Ellen though.
it just
yeah.
didn't strike me, you see, and then basically, So the Jessup Hospital said I could go and take the lady into their little room where they did hairdressing, but I said no, you're all right, thank you very much anyway. Yeah, because the shop got a reputation, right? Do you know about it?
Oh, it had a reputation, yeah.
Well, because it was in